Alrighty then, folks. Hello there, and welcome back to some more... I had gone through and done all the custom characters, or at least the first 25. And it didn't save. It's probably on screen now. I did this whole, like, thing, and... fuck this game. And sadly, I have stuff I have to do tomorrow that I didn't know about, so I don't have time to redo it. So we're going along with the generics for a little while longer. My bad, guys. I'm sorry. This game saves, like, religiously. And then, just this one time, it decides not to. Like, it's freaking crazy. It saves every time you open up the freaking dispatch screen. Every time you open this up, it saves. Like, it's not even if it's doing anything, it just saves. But then apparently, 3 people set so far. God damn it. Anyway, we're gonna set aside a couple of people real quick, grab our old people. Well, you know what? We'll use Barbie. And we'll use the dagger. I think the... oh, wait, the dagger's actually useless. I was sending people out for missions again. You know what, Ozzy? Assuming you don't lose it, I'll give you a Raven. You can have a Raven. Or a Phoenix Zero. Yeah, I was sending people out for missions, and then, leveling up, like, the Tornado and the Phoenix Zero and all that kind of stuff was kind of pointless. Though, this Jin here has a level 9. So yeah, I was sending out some people, you notice here. I was sending out people, and just kind of worked out, and these people are still going to be gone. I'm pissed off with myself. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, so I was sending people out, so I grabbed a Barbie and a couple of other suits, just so we weren't training something useless, basically. But yeah, so we have a Barbie now. I got it from this one, and apparently you can upgrade it into the one from this, though the original version of Barbie only has a mace. So I don't know if I'll probably just train it off screen. Good video that you guys may or may not have watched. If you didn't, it doesn't matter. But I plan to only do the first 6 levels of IBO, since there's like, what? Yeah, there's 12. I'm assuming this will be the Ein fight, but I don't know. So I'm only going to do the first 6 episodes, and then we'll have another poll to find out what we do next. Or may not finish this up at the time. Oh, I was about to say, I really like how Laughter has a ghost face. Like, we know who Amita is, but we don't know who Laughter is. But this is definitely Laughter. What did they call her in this one anyway? Yeah, Laughter. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna start. Yeah, so, I did a bunch of more dispatch stuff, and everyone's pretty high up there. But I want to, you know, show you guys all the animations, so. Oh, it is the Isarabi. Yeah, the Humbrabi is their transport ship from the 2nd season.
その最中、鉄火団の少年たちと行動を共にしたクーデリアは、彼らの多くがまともな教育を受けられずに育ち、それはガンダムフレームを巧みに操縦する三日月も同様だった。
So I mentioned in the last one, but the AV system basically acts as a third portion of their brain, or a third lobe, an artificially created third lobe, that allows them to control it like their own body.
あんな複雑そうな機械を動かしているのに。
Oh, and not you over that.
動かすわけじゃないからね。モビルワーカーと大体一緒だし。あとは勘?
So we don't quite know, but they might also see through the eyes of the suit. But that's kind of hard to, like, show on screen.
勘?
そんなに驚くことかな。
もしよかったら読み書きの勉強しませんか？
ん？
読み書きができればきっとこの先役に立ちます。本を読んだり手紙や文章を書くことで自分の世界を広げることもできます。
Nobody in their right mind writes an essay.
そっか。
Unless you write your essay.
いろんな本とか読めるようになるんだよな。
Season 13 South Park jokes, guys. That's what you come here for.
俺、やってみようかな。
彼らがようやく手にした束の間の平穏。当たり前であるべき日常。それはたとえ世界を変えることのない些細な結果であろうと、クーデリアが理想に描いた未来の断片だったのかもしれない。
どうしたんだ？急に読み書きの勉強を始めるなんてよ。
クーデリアが教えてくれるって言うからさ。高木たちも一緒に。
はあ？
読み書きができないとモビルスーツの整備も手伝えないし、それに今は無理だけど、いつかいろいろな本を読んで
Or hire
野
a
菜の
botanist.
こととか勉強したいんだ。
そうか。言ってたもんな。
オルガは疲れてない？
どうってことねえよ。お前こそこの間の戦闘の疲れは残ってねえのか？
俺は平気だよ。
ならいいけどよ。遠いよな、地球は。
うん。
変わらねえな、お前は。
オルガは？
俺か？俺は俺だ。
だね。
I haven't highlighted it yet, but if you hit the select button, I'm not sure what it is on keyboard, probably X. You can actually skip to either the first battle or the second battle, which I really like. I believe the second battle is called Team Deploy for reasons. I really like that feature though. It wasn't a thing in the previous games. And if you didn't hammer start at the very beginning of the cutscene, it would just jump to the first battle. Which made, you know, training annoying as fuck. Oh, he said Tewa's good. My bad. I was apparently too proactive with that one, and I didn't even see it coming. Or it might have been the button got stuck. I blame the controller, dang it. Even though it's, you know, new. They used Mafia, but I think they meant Yakuza. Because they're very Japanese for some reason. And they're not even like a mixture of the Yakuza and the Mafia. They are just Yakuza. So, in IBO, they use more realistic travel times. It takes 5 weeks to get from Mars to Earth, which is more or less true. Our current rockets would take about 3 weeks, but there's always the issue of slowing down that we don't really know how to do. Well, we do. You flip it around and burn the other way, but it's a bit more complex than that because space mechanics. 5 weeks would be, and not be nearly as hard to slow down. So Ariadne is, they make it sound all like super awesome, but it's basically just a signal repeater. If you keep sending signal over a long distance and you just keep pumping it out more and more, eventually the signal will hit the other side. And somebody just gifted me something on Steam. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I'll have to check the recording to make sure you didn't. Yeah, it's just a signal repeater, it just keeps pumping it out. course, as we all know, Fumiton is a ninja. And for like 6 weeks when this show is, the early part of the show is still going on, basically everyone's porn character. I never really got that one. But then again, I don't see anyone in this show like that. So what they didn't just mention is they have to be 2 reactors in sync, which they have to be made at the exact same second, and the black holes inside of them have to be created at the exact second, like up to a T, or they have violent detonation and kill everyone within like a 3-mile area or something like that. They don't really give you a real size, you just get told it's a giant nuclear explosion. Well, very large, very big explosion, which a lot of people use to explain nuclear explosions in Japanese. It's just one of those things where, like, that's what it means, but it also doesn't mean that. It means something else. You get a very big boom. There's probably a word for nuclear explosion specifically, and I just don't have... I have no idea what it is. I know what it is. I've been hitting X and B together, or one after the other, and X skips multiple dialogue. My bad. I'll probably program a button on my Elgato to just like hit B every like 15 seconds or something. Or like 4 seconds. So if you notice yet again, Australia has a giant hole in it. We have been confirmed, though, that that was just, you know, fan service. It isn't actually a thing. A mobile armor exploded in there or something. Oops. Spoilers. We'll never find out. Yep. So, post-war, I believe it was 15, an agreement came within all the factions that they would divide Mars up into 4 so they wouldn't fight over it. Well, about 100 years later, Gjallarhorn made this deal that all of them had to pump all their resources from Mars back to their home country to be sold. This is also a thing that happened during the Golden Age of Sail in England between 1587 and 1772. All materials that left the US and the colonies had to first go to England, get approved by taxes, and then sold. So, say you built a boat in England, or you built a boat in America, you would first have to sail to London to get it approved by the Admiralty, then to be used for whatever you wanted to do. So it slowed everything down by 3 months, because this was before motor travel. So it was very, very common for smugglers to just go to the other colonies to sell to, like, say, France or Spain or the Danes, Sweden, and those kind of places, because you could just sell it to them and it would be fine, but technically that was illegal under English law. That's why smuggling was so popular during the early American period. Because what's closer, you know, Florida or England? It is like, if you're in Louisiana and you were with the British Empire going down the Mississippi, you go straight by New Orleans, which is French. You can't sell there, but you go right by it. New Orleans wouldn't be American till and then the Louisiana Purchase happened, and a bunch of other stuff. And that was your history lesson for the day. And yeah, that was exhibited on Mars in, I think, PD-100. And since then, Mars's economy has tanked heavily, to the point where most people can barely feed themselves. And the rich just keep getting richer. To be honest, I don't really know where a lot of the food goes on Mars, because you see them grow a lot of it, and then no one can afford it. It kind of doesn't make sense, so they wouldn't be growing it technically, but they probably ship the food back to Earth and then from Earth back to Mars. I mean, they do a surprisingly good job characterizing Orga, and then Mika is literally, what are we gonna do next? Like, even the weird love triangle stuff and between Adra and Cordelia, like, he doesn't get any development. It pisses me off. And then, what they did to Hush. Oh well, but we'll go over that in Season 2. You rotten piece of... He, shared that their blood pact with McMurdo, i.e. they cut themselves and touched each other. It is one of the leading ways to get HIV. In case you ever wanted to know that. That being said, sharing a needle is technically sharing blood, so the statistic doesn't really mean much. You don't just have a bunch of, like, 6 million people a year doing, like, weird mafia rituals. That'd be funny, though. Biscuit boy? I really want to ram stuff with a hammerhead. I think it would be hilarious. I'm gonna do it way more than I should. It excites me to think about. Eco, the character everyone forgot about and doesn't exist. Remembers Nadia. And the only reason I remember them is there was a comic about them being in heaven after they all get murdered. No, it wasn't canon comic. It was, this one artist made a couple of really good ones near the end of the show, and then started making some weird ones, and now no one talks to him. Yeah, it was odd. But he asked me to do the translation, and I did it. Like, I did the first one because I wanted to, but after that I just kind of did it because he asked me to, and I was like, why not? So I think I did like 5 or 6 of them. They weren't, the first ones weren't too bad, but then he gets really preachy and, like, really creepy about what, like, Naze was really doing. We'll get to that in Season 2, though. Without reference, though, it doesn't really make sense, so just kind of ignore me. Hey, Hyakuren! In canon, they had, I think, 2 of those. Amida had one, and then they converted one of their other suits into one. Or no, Aze used that one, and then the Hikuji was a different one. Oh great, missiles. So basically, if you get anywhere near these things, they explode. And here's the crux of my argument against lasers in this show. So, one of the ways to get through Nano Laminate, as I mentioned before, is to burn it. Well, it apparently has an incredibly low burning point. Like, stupid low, to the point where Molotov cocktails are a solution. So, theoretically, you'd think more people would use flamethrowers, right? Right? No, they instead choose to, you know, shoot people uselessly from a distance instead of having a catapult that launches napalm at people.
エアロック作動。カタパルトハッチ開放します。カタパルトスタンバイ。いつでもどうぞ。
じゃあバルバトス、三日月オーガス出るよ。
That was cool.